He lost his life because he was over-medicated during a routine hernia repair and because the nurses never bothered to check in on him overnight. You want to know what this is about? Come join me for a moment as I share with you this remarkable story. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. This young man was told this would be a routine hernia repair. He'd be in and out the same day, and everything should be fine. This young man put his trust and faith in this surgeon. And now he has the surgery. And guess what? The surgery goes beautifully. The surgeon had no problem whatsoever. The problem occurred after the surgery was over when the anesthesiologist tried to awaken the patient. He gave him various medications to reverse the effects of the anesthesia. And you know what happened? The patient was extremely groggy and overly sluggish. And now they decided, you know what? He's too tired, he's too groggy to go home. Let's go ahead and keep him overnight just for safekeeping. Let's watch him overnight. What really happened that we learned later is that the anesthesiologist over-medicated him for a person of his size. They decided, okay, we're now going to keep you overnight rather than send you home because you still have a lot of the effects of the anesthesia on board. And that's exactly what they did. So he was conscious, he was not really awake, but yet they put him into a room on a regular floor. Now here's one of the problems. On the regular floor in this hospital, there was no monitoring devices whatsoever. So the patient would only have contact with the nurses every 4 to 5 hours when they came around to make rounds to see how the patients were doing. Well, here, imagine the scenario. It's in the middle of the night, and now nobody's checking in on this patient to make sure he's breathing, to make sure he has a pulse, especially someone who comes out of anesthesia who has a depressed respiratory rate, meaning the anesthesia is affecting his ability to breathe. So what happens? By the time the nurse comes in to check on him about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, they find him unresponsive. He's not breathing. He has no pulse. And now they call a code. And guess what? They're able to resuscitate him after about 45 minutes. They get his heart rate back, and he begins to breathe. But now there's a problem. He's not conscious. He's not aware and awake. Now they have to intubate him in order to allow a machine to breathe for him because he's not breathing on his own. They come to the conclusion, the god-awful conclusion, that this gentleman is brain dead. Why? Because he lost significant amounts of oxygen because nobody in the hospital bothered to check on him for hours and hours after he got out of surgery. And now as a result of that, he was brain dead. And within a week after his surgery, they had to take him off life support, and he immediately died. All because the anesthesiologist over-medicated him, and then nobody bothered to check in on him for many, many hours afterwards. And as a result, this young man gave his life, all because the doctors and the hospital staff violated the basic standards of medical and surgical care. So why do I share this story with you? I share it with you just to show you one case I was able to help a family obtain compensation as a result of a doctor and hospital staff violating the basic standards of medical care. You know, I realize you're watching this video because you likely have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you have questions that need answers, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.